You've always been judge and jury. You're the director of your life. You've been given lots of advice and you chose whether to listen, assess, or reject it. You can watch this video to the end and assess it in an intelligent manner without bias or not. It's up to you. I wonder how different your life would be if you gave your judge and jury some freedom once in a while. I know one day you'll say to yourself, if only I'd listened to some of that advice. Try listening to this video with a baby's belief system and you may hear it in the way intended for you. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It's not something you want to achieve, especially with distinction. And yet, for many people's behaviors, you'd think it was their primary goal. People are so busy, they can't recognize the warning signs, even when their best friends beg them to take time out. I've worked with many people at different levels of burnout. I've experienced some myself because I was so wrapped up in my work. It isn't fun and the outcome is always loss, never gain, and one assumes people seek to gain from their efforts. Spotting people with burnout symptoms is so easy. Burnout reveals itself in so many ways before a point of suffering or breakdown occurs. The sad thing is, family, friends, and colleagues see it happening before the person can. I know people who died because they couldn't hear or see the warning signs. The signs include illness, red face, anxiety, eating issues, anger, being tired, repeatedly making the same statements such as "I'm too busy" and much more. If you are a go, go, go person, then check in with yourself. Be honest about anything going on. If you are capable of listening, you'll be grateful with yourself eventually. A burnout candidate is always on the go with one thing after another. Do you ever stop to reflect on your life and the way you live it? When friends or family say something because of concerns, they get their head bitten off or ignored. When you are always saying, "I'm tired, I have no time, I'm always busy, I'm swamped, must fit that in, I can't because there isn't enough time in the day," and so many more, you have a problem. You can't hear the continued negative messages you are feeding yourself all day, every day. Wise people know you become what you tell yourself. On a golf course, I hear blow-ups all the time. For example, profanity and huge upset when the ball stops on the edge of a hole after a 30-foot putt. The ball and anything in sight is potential for the explosion that follows. This is a point of choice when you can realize life isn't always perfect and it is what it is. You could, for example, say, "Wow, that was a great putt," or you could swear and curse anything in sight because it wasn't perfect and didn't drop in. It's your choice. I experience the personal cursing attitude a lot from people, and not just on the golf course. Burnout is the result of an inability to listen to what your mind, body, friends, and colleagues are revealing to you all the time. Symptoms that can lead to burnout can be experienced by anybody at any time. It becomes a problem when you can't let go. Your mind and body know exactly what's going on, and they are permanently striving to keep you alive. The second you stop listening to yourself, you're in trouble. Your friends and colleagues can see things you can't see in yourself. At first, burnout warnings are like feather dusters. then something more serious happens, such as a breakdown, a physical problem, or a failure. If you are lucky, you survive. You may even learn from the experience and change your habits. The shock might bring you to your senses before it's too late. Some people, though, never learn. They must go through the stages more than once. The lucky ones survive and learn to manufacture a fulfilling life without overdoing it. When you learn to listen to yourself, you learn to appreciate everything around you. Your mind is clearer, so you achieve more. When you can't remember something, you relax, let go, and astonishingly, what you're looking for just pops into that little head of yours. Instead of ignoring or not listening to people or not giving them your attention, you change and find your relationships improve. When you have a list of actions, you can now relax and work out your options and plans. Surprisingly, you achieve more with quality than you ever did before. Life becomes a new experience. Start today by listening to yourself. You'll notice how much more enterprising you become. Talk to people, share your experience, because it will help others. There are people too who specialize in working with people suffering with burnout and helping them prevent it. Seek them out before it's too late. Dina is one such person, and you'll find her on Facebook, Dina. She's a wonderful hyper person who keeps her hyper and has learned what is required to make sure burnout never comes close. Respond to this video with your story for others to know they aren't the only people trapped in a no-time state. Remember, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. There is plenty of information available to help you form your own understanding. Next video, perfection. And it may be something else because I trust the universe. I finish with a quote by Del Suggs. Burnout occurs when your body and mind can no longer keep up with the tasks you demand of them. Don't try to force yourself to do the impossible. Delegate time for important tasks, but always be sure to leave time for relaxation and reflection. Bidaya.